Stam Garden Center. Transform your indoor and outdoor space with our stunning selection. Visit us today, open 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday, located at 2421 Highway 92, Oskaloosa.
Here at Helmuth Ford, we are a small town dealership with no hassle and no pressure.
Mayhem Haunted House at 13011 120th Ave in Ottumwa invite you to their second annual Trunk or Treat and Lighted Tour on Saturday, October 12th. Trunk or Treat from 6 to 7 p.m. is free. Lighted Tour from 6 to 7:30 is $10. And get a full scale from 7:30 to 9 for $15 per person. Come find out why Mayhem Haunted House has been voted the best haunted house in Iowa for multiple times. Open for the Halloween season, Friday and Saturdays, October 18th through November 2nd. Cost is $15. Get ready to scream at Mayhem Haunted House in Ottumwa.
Enchanted Events Venue of Sigourney presents a formal dinner and silent auction fundraising for the children on Saturday, October 26th. Benefits go to funding for school supplies, winter clothing, and holiday gifts for students in need at Pekin, Sigourney, Keota, and Tri-County schools. Donations for area food pantries will also be accepted at the door. Cost is $25 per person at the door, or a table of 8 for $200. Donations are being accepted for the silent auction. Enchanted Events Venue is located just south of Sigourney off Highway 149 at 20595 255th Street. Fundraising for the children formal dinner and silent auction is Saturday, October 26th from 5:30 to 10 p.m. Reserve your seats today. Adam Clark for Sheriff. Veteran Integrity Leadership. Adam Clark, candidate for Keokuk County Sheriff, is a native of Keokuk County. He's devoted his adult life to service at both the national and community levels. In addition to his service as a law enforcement professional, Adam works extensively with local youth programs and is actively involved in the community. Some of Adam Clark's initiatives are to strengthen the Keokuk County Sheriff's Department. He wants to collaborate with communities countywide and work to establish a school resource officer. Vote Adam Clark for Sheriff at the general election November 5th. Sigourney Keota football fans, Steve Shuttler Media is teaming up with Clint Dye of Tag Team Photography to bring you coverage of Sigourney Keota football this fall. You've seen Clint's fantastic photos of Sigourney Keota football over the last few years. And now Clint is bringing those talents to be showcased on Steve Shuttler Media. We're going to have pictures and action shots of each and every game, an in-depth article, and a video highlight of the game as well. You won't miss a thing with Sigourney Keota football coverage right here this year on Steve Shuttler Media. Delta Fire and Rescue presents the Delta Haunted House at 109 North Center Street in Delta. Admission is just $10 per person. The Delta Haunted House is open each Friday and Saturday throughout October and on Halloween night from 8 to 10 p.m. Food and drinks will be available for purchase and now accepting cash and most major credit cards. It's the Delta Fire and Rescue Delta Haunted House, Fridays and Saturdays in October and on Halloween night.
And here's your host, Steve Shedler.
Hey there, it is time for the morning wake up here on Steve Shuttler Media. It is a Monday morning. It's chilly. Chilly start to our day. Just 36 degrees right now in Sigourney, Iowa. Our morning wake up being brought to us by Stam Garden Center and Nursery. Experience the color just outside of Oskaloosa along Highway 92 East for Stam Garden Center and Nursery, and Autumn Acres, open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 6, closed on Sundays. We thank Stam Garden Center and Nursery for being our headline sponsor on the morning wake up. We thank Oski Dental for sponsoring our studios. You can schedule your appointment with Dr. Dan Schuster, 641-673-4845. Accepting new patients. Oski Dental going to file your insurance forms for you. They're a Delta dental provider at 902 South 17th Street, Oskaloosa. We thank Oski Dental and Stam Garden Center and Nursery for being big parts of our morning wake-up here on Steve Shetler Media. Let's take a look at that forecast. It's brought to us by the Garden Gate, 105 South Jefferson Street in Sigourney. And for today, as far as I'm concerned, perfect. Sunshine, high around 69 degrees, northwest winds about 5 miles per hour. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that forecast. For tonight, mostly clear, a low of 42. Sunshine tomorrow, a little bit warmer, a high of 75. A low of 47 tomorrow night, and then Wednesday will start to warm up a bit. Sunshine and 81 for a high on Wednesday. Right now, we do have humidity at 73%. Winds are northwest at 6 miles per hour. Barometer at 30.22. Dew point at 33. And right now, according to the National Weather Service equipment right here in the Oski Dental Studios, we have 36 degrees. That's a chilly start to our day. But, it is October. By the end of this week, though, it's not going to be feeling like October. As Friday, we're going to have a high around 84. So, again, kind of a roller coaster week. We're starting off on the cool side today, but up into the mid-80s by Friday. Your weather brought to us by the Garden Gate in Sigourney. Earlier today, we put up our This or That. It's brought to us by Stacy Flynn at the Legacy Insurance Group and Welcome Realty in Sigourney. This or That is plan ahead or go with the flow. I'm kind of I could go either way. I'm, pretty relaxed person for the most part, so I like to go with the flow, but I also do like to plan ahead. I don't know. I'm confused. I'm torn on this one, this or that, plan ahead or go with the flow. You can comment on that post. Went up at 6 a.m. this morning on my Facebook page. Coming up at noon, we'll put out our question of the day. It's brought to us by Amy's Salon House and Spa at 202 North Main Street in Sigourney. What is the best TV show theme song of all time? Now, I was talking about this with my wife last night, and boy, we rolled out like at least 10 songs that could fit this question, be the answer of this question. You got MASH, you've got Friends, you've got Happy Days, you've got the Addams Family, you've got the Brady Bunch, Gilligan's Island. I mean, the list goes on and on. The best TV show theme song of all time. Can you possibly nail it down to one song? I don't know. That's tough. Great American Hero. I see you there in the comments, Patrick. So that would be a good one as well. So best TV show theme song of all time. That goes up at noon. You can comment then at the Steve Shetler Media. What else we got going on? We've got our October For the Fun of It tournament. Scary. Our scary movie characters is for our For the Fun of It tournament for this month of October. Since we've got Halloween coming up here at the end of the month. It's sponsored by Mayhem Haunted House in Ottumwa. We've got a couple of haunted houses advertising this month on Steve Shetler Media. Mayhem Haunted House in Ottumwa is the sponsor of our tournament. All the classics on our tournament. If you're a fan of scary movies from over the years, we've got it covered. Obviously we had to leave some out. And quite frankly, I just thought some of the pictures that I would have to share with some of these scary characters were too much. So that may have factored into why I left a few of them out. So my wife, so I'm going to follow a little squirrel here. My wife and I were looking for something to watch last night. We do this every year in October or this time of the year. We like, scary movies, but we don't like to be scared that much. And she likes stuff from like the 80s. And I don't know. It's just I like scary stuff, but I don't want to see like grotesque stuff. I don't want to be grossed out. So I don't know. We can never ever decide. My wife and I can never ever decide on what scary movie we want to watch. So I don't know. It's and then we just watch something else after like going through Netflix and the different streaming apps for an hour. We're like, let's just watch something normal. But anyway, getting back to the topic on hand, that is our entire bracket for the scary movie characters for the Fun of It tournament, sponsored by Mayhem Haunted House. Our first matchup that we have going right now, voting going for Jason Voorhees from Friday the 13th with his hockey mask, going against Pinhead. That guy has all those pins in his head. You can find that post from last night and get your vote in. Thumbs up for Jason. Jason. Or a heart for Pinhead. I don't know if Pinhead... he probably has like a theme song. I don't know it, though. Jason Voorhees versus Pinhead, our first round matchup. Our very first matchup of our For the Fun of It tournament. Scary movie villains. What else we got going on this week? Tuesday night tune-up. We've got the TNT broadcast coming to you from Bridget's Public House in Oskaloosa. We made our debut at Bridget's last Tuesday. Had a great show last Tuesday. Going to be doing it again this Tuesday. So tune in tomorrow night, 7 o'clock. Safe Grafke is your host from Bridget's Public House with Tuesday night tune-up, talking racing, local and area racing. So make sure you tune in then. Coming up on Friday, got this guy singing at Barn Wired. His name is Robert Yeltman. I don't know Robert. Gonna get to know him live and in person on Friday from 11:30 to noon at Barn Wired. Tune in here on Steve Shetler Media or stop in and watch live at Barn Wired. We had a good time this past Friday night with this past Friday with Adam Whitehead at Barn Wired. Adam's a good friend from over the years, so it was good to catch up with him. Robert Yeltman is this week's guest for the Iowa Music Showcase. Friday night, we've got football, Pekin Panther football. Pekin getting back on their winning ways at Highland this past Friday night. Homecoming coming up this week at Pekin, and they'll be taking on Wapello. So tune in. We'll have our pregame at about 6:45, kickoff at 7. Josh, Zach, and I will have the broadcast for you, so tune in Friday night, live streaming video here on Steve Shetler Media. Boy, before we went on the air this morning, I was looking at the state's cost. And this isn't me whining or complaining, but man, I tell you what, I'm going to whine and complain a little bit. Just so you guys know, to broadcast, live stream a postseason football game here on Steve Shetler Media, to do video for a first round game, $500 that I have to pay the state. Man, I have to get my salesman hat on and start selling some postseason play for Pekin football. That's a lot of money. I don't know how the state expects folks like small town folks to be able to afford $500 per game for the postseason, but that's the world we live in. So going to do my best to bring you some more Pekin Panther football for you here on Steve Shetler Media. Coming up on Saturday, we're going to be at it from Brothers Market in Sigourney, the sports section. We'll have Clint Weber. I can't talk this morning. Clint Weber from Pekin Football, Jared Jensen from SK Football, and we'll have the English Valleys football coach, Brendan Grimm. So tune in for the sports section, talking high school sports here on Steve Shuttler Media. I believe that's about most of our stuff. Let's go ahead and do some birthdays. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Birthdays. Hometown Real Estate is our celebrity and hometown birthdays sponsor. It's Nikki Leathers at hometown-re.com. Hometown birthdays, area birthdays for today. My friend Larry Lowe has a birthday today, so happy birthday to you, Larry. We've got Lisa Alderson with a birthday. So happy birthday to Larry and Lisa. Hope you guys have a great day today. On the celebrity side, Oliver North is 81, former Marine, TV host, politics. Oliver North with a birthday. John Cougar Mellencamp. I'll always call him John Cougar Mellencamp. He's 73 years old. Vladimir Putin, the Russian leader, 72. The drummer for Bon Jovi, Tico Torres, is 71. Yo-Yo Man, the cellist, is 69. Simon Cowell, TV personality from American Idol and America's Got Talent, is 65 years old. Singer Tony Braxton is 57. And football player Priest Holmes, heck of a running back for the Chiefs back in the day, 51 years old for Priest. Those are your celebrity and hometown birthdays brought to us by Hometown Real Estate. Before we go any further, I did kind of skip over our community calendar. Let's do that quick. Community calendar clothing drive going on, sponsored by the Sigourney Key Club, with donations at those locations there on your screen. That's going on now through October 19th. So make sure you get in on that if you want to donate some clothes, or if you want to get some of those clothes coming up later on this month. That clothing drive with the Sigourney Key Club. We've got the Barnes City Annual Fireman's Breakfast coming up on Sunday in Barnes City from 7 to 10:30 a.m. Barnes City Fire Station. All the good stuff that those firemen's breakfasts always have. Pancakes, whole hog sausage, scrambled eggs, biscuits, and gravy. So Barnes City Fireman's Breakfast coming up this Sunday. And also coming up tomorrow, we've got a blood drive it's not a blood drive, it's the Mahaska Free Clinic tomorrow. Put on by Free Clinics of Iowa and Love Inc. of Mahaska County. That's the Mahaska Free Clinic tomorrow. Check-ins between 5:30 to 6:30 at 408 South 11th Street in Oskaloosa. So get in on that Mahaska Free Clinic. All right, a good morning to you. Thanks for tuning in here on the Morning Wake Up, brought to us by Stam Garden Center and Nursery from the Oski Dental Studios. Today is Monday, October 7th, and on this date in history, it was back in 1916, the blowout of all blowouts in college football happened. 1916, Georgia Tech defeated Cumberland University with the score, check this out, 222 to nothing. 222. How many touchdowns would that be? I mean, if you have 70 points, that's 10 touchdowns. That's like 30 touchdowns, basically. 29 touchdowns, somewhere in there. That's a bunch of points. So, yeah, Georgia Tech, 1916, 222 to nothing. It's crazy. It was on this date in history, the 950 Club, or maybe 950, I'm not sure. We'll call it the 950 Club, which was a precursor for American Bandstand. The show 950 Club, again, the precursor to American Bandstand, making its debut on this date in 1952. It was on this date in 1968 the movie industry implemented a ratings system for the first time. ranking movies from G to X. It went back in 1968, they had G, M, R, and X. Now, M ended up becoming PG. So a rating system for the first time, 1968. 1982 on this date, the British musical Cats opened on Broadway. So 1982 for Cats. Today on the National Day calendar, it's National Propane Day. It's National Chocolate-Covered Pretzel Day. National LED Light Day. It's National Frappe? Is that how you call that? I don't, never drink that. National, yeah. Frappe? Frappe? I don't know. It's National Child Health Day as well. So those are your days on the calendar. Hey, let's go ahead and take a break, hear from some more of our sponsors. Be back with some things you need to know right after this.
Stam Garden Center. Transform your indoor and outdoor space with our stunning selection. Visit us today, open 9 to 6, Monday through Saturday, located at 2421 Highway 92, Oskaloosa.
Iowa Candle Glow White is a gold medal winning dry fruity white wine from Tassel Ridge Winery that offers pineapple, pear, melon, and apricot notes with a green apple finish. You can serve it with fish, chicken, or lightly seasoned pork, or just sip it by itself. Iowa Candle Glow White is a blend made from La Crescent, Brianna, and Edelweiss grapes grown in our vineyards in Mahaska County, Iowa. Tassel Ridge, Iowa Candle Glow White is available at several of our nearly 400 retailers. If you don't see Iowa Candle Glow White at your favorite retailer, ask the manager to get it for you. Tassel Ridge Winery is located in Lighton on Highway 163 between Pella and Oskaloosa and is open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday from 9 to 6, Saturday from 10 to 6, and Sunday from noon to 6. Check our website at tasselridge.com.
Life's better when you're under our roof. Because when you feel totally protected, your family's free to enjoy their dreams.
Try it again. You're getting the hang of this. Good job.
American Family Insurance.
Contact Christy Tarr in Oskaloosa, 641-673-8965.
When shopping here at Helmuth Ford, we will do our best to put you in the vehicle that you want, that you love, and that is safe for your family.
Your safety is our focus. That's why we are a full-service repair facility.
We'd love to sell you a vehicle of your choosing. If we don't have it, we'll do our best to find it for you. If you're looking for a vehicle with low miles, a great price, and a friendly atmosphere, come visit us here at Helmuth Ford.
We look forward to seeing you soon.
See our full inventory at helmuthford.com.
Bridget's Public House is an Irish pub located at 208 First Avenue East, Oskaloosa. Bridget's Public House hopes you find it a warm, welcoming space that also serves delicious, unique Irish-based options created in their kitchen. And don't forget a cold beverage of choice. Located just off the square next to True Value. Come in and check out the unique decor at Bridget's Public House while enjoying a beverage or food. Follow Bridget's Public House on Facebook and stop in person at 208 First Avenue East, Oskaloosa. That's Bridget's Public House. Locally owned and operated. Mahaska Drug in Oskaloosa. It's more than a drugstore. They offer framing, merchandise like collectibles, a gift shop, crafts, college gear, and more. Plus cards, candles, and a whole lot more. Mahaska Drug is open late and on the weekends to fit your lifestyle. For more than just a drugstore, call 641-673-3439 or stop by Mahaska Drug at 205 North E Street in Oskaloosa. Mahaska Drug. It's more than a drugstore. Hey, we are back. We are doing the Stam Garden Center and Nursery Morning Wake Up here on Steve Shetler Media. We are live from the Oski Dental Studios, and it's time for some things you need to know. Whoa. Some things you need to know. Garth Brooks. What's going on there? Garth Brooks claims his rape accuser is attempting to extort him, citing a, quote, demand letter that he received ahead of her lawsuit alleging sexual assault and abuse filed on Thursday. According to Garth, the accuser threatened to publicly file a suit against him with, quote, fabricated allegations unless he agreed to pay her millions of dollars. So we'll see what happens with Garth and his accuser. Let's go to the WNBA. Indiana Fever star Caitlin Clark, former Iowa Hawkeye. Caitlin was almost a unanimous choice as the WNBA's Rookie of the Year. She got 66 of 67 votes, so congratulations to Caitlin. The dock workers strike that is going on, it is on hold until mid-January, so everyone can return to the bargaining table and hopefully talk things out. Let's go over to Vietnam. They have lost 20 of their zoo tigers to a fast-spreading bird flu. Tigers getting the bird flu, so it's unfortunately. In Italy, a family is seeking authentication of an old painting a family member found in a dump 60 years ago. They believe it's a long-lost work of Picasso. What's with all these, like, famous paintings being found at, like, auctions and dumpsters and stuff? That's weird. Let's see here. It's been a big hit in the UK, and now this Thursday, the Chicken Big Mac will be arriving at select McDonald's locations. It's a 2 chicken patty breast. I wonder if they'll make up like a Chicken Big Mac song like they did back in the day. The Chicken Big Mac going to be a thing. Halle Berry and her boyfriend DDG, have gone their separate ways after 2.5 years of being an item. They also welcomed a baby boy into the world last December. So they have a kid and they break up. Halle Berry and her fella. Let's go to Costco. Costco has announced it's cutting prices on several of their Kirkland brand products. Everything from foil to olive oil to macadamia nuts to laundry detergent. So Kirkland brand products getting prices slashed. Jason and Travis Kelce's mom, Mama Kelce, is talking. She says that she stayed with her husband, Papa Kelce, while their kids were growing up, but her husband and her knew it was only a matter of time until they got divorced. So I don't know. Are they divorced? I'm assuming they're divorced or getting a divorced. And then finally, in things you need to know today, hopefully you're making some money out there. Investopedia, which I've never heard of until right now. Investopedia has crunched the numbers. They say for the American dream, which they say is owning a home, driving new cars, raising kids, and taking annual vacations, costs $4.4 million these days. I'm assuming that's over a lifetime or at least in a certain amount of time, but that $4.4 million to live the American dream. Let's go to the impossible. Today's impossible. It's impossible question. Today's impossible question, and the number one thing women can't live without is the internet. Not their man, not their boyfriend or husband, but the internet. I don't know. It doesn't state their source, so I'm not sure. What is the number 2 thing that women can't live without? Think about that. All right, that's our impossible question. Let's go to the comments today. Bubby, good morning. Dan, Patrick, Sherry, Dodie. I got Sherry, Nancy, Anthony, Jennifer. Good morning to everybody. I'm sure there's more of you out there that are just watching silently this morning on the Morning Wake Up. Brought to us by Stam Garden Center and Nursery from the Oski Dental Studios. Impossible question today. The number one thing that women can't live without is the internet, according to this. What's the number 2 thing that women can't live without? If you guessed cuddling, you're right. Cuddling is the number. So if you give a woman the internet and cuddling, She is A-OK.
That is weird.
Let's get weird today. Chicago area father and son earned a Guinness World Record for their collection of Doctor Who memorabilia. They have 7,507 pieces of Doctor Who memorabilia. That's a lot of Doctor Who. How about in Detroit? Police called to a home in a Detroit suburb to remove a 4-foot alligator found lurking underneath a resident's car. They say owning an alligator obviously is dangerous. The Sterling Heights Police Department says they would like to remind the public that as it may seem to be cool to own an exotic animal such as an alligator, it's still very dangerous, and it's a fine too. So, yeah. Alligators in Detroit underneath cars. Are you worried about toilet paper running out? There is nothing to fear, according to toilet paper makers. They say that consumers don't need to worry about shortages due to the ongoing port workers' strike. The American Forest and Paper Association, which represents makers of toilet paper, facial tissues, paper towels, and other wood products, said on Wednesday that it was not aware of the strike having any impact on tissue product delivery in the United States. So you can still wipe your butt without any fear. Shall we go to the files of law and disorder? In some disorder, a woman discovered her house had been broken into by a burglar who hung out and washed some clothes, put her shopping away, and cooked a meal on her stove. This weirdo's name is Damian. Ooh, he's got a tough last name. Damian Wojnalowicz. He's 36 years old, jailed for 22 months on Thursday for carrying out the unusual burglary. The woman said that she was left too scared to stay in her own home after returning from work to find items that had been moved in the garden and her recycling bin had been emptied. So this guy, he's just wanting a house to take care of. He's just wanting to help you out. He's like a maid service or something. But you can't break into people's houses to clean up after them and do the laundry and make meals and stuff. So that guy's going to jail. Should we do something that might possibly make you smile?
Something that makes you smile.
Let's do it. Something to make you smile. It's brought to us by Lifetime Dental Solutions. They are at their new location. They just had their open house last week at 115 South Jefferson in Sigourney. So stop in, see Dr. Stacy Freeze at Lifetime Dental Solutions. She will make you smile. Maybe this story will make you smile too. We've been talking about this golden statue and the scavenger hunt that was in place for this golden statue in the northeastern part of the United States. Well, the man who found the $26,000 gold treasure statue hidden in western Massachusetts says he had a leg up on the competition, which were his meteorology skills. Now, as a meteorologist, Dan Leonard says he paid close attention to readings of temperature and cloud cover visible on a live trail camera showing the gold trophy concealed somewhere in a forest. Now, there was a video game developer and a graphic artist who created the treasure hunt dubbed Project Skydrop. They announced that the trophy was hidden within a 500-mile radius in the Northeast back in September. And then people signed up. They paid an entry fee, which also added to the prize money. And this guy ended up using his meteorologist skills to find the treasure. He got the money. He got it all. Now, if you want to read about this entire story in its entirety, this will be posted here shortly at about 7:45 on Steve Shetler Media Facebook. So, again, interest in that treasure hunt, scavenger hunt in the Northeast, won by a guy using his meteorologist skills. Read about that here shortly on Steve Shetler Media. Shall we go to the duh? In the duh, let's go to Joyzy. A New Jersey man facing charges after calling 911 because someone who because someone lit a scented candle indoors, and this guy didn't like it. 911, yeah, hello. Someone lit a candle, and I don't like it. Alfredo Gonzalez, 34 years old, charged on Wednesday with making false public alarm misuse of a 911 emergency line. According to the police, Mr. Gonzalez has expressed concern over the lighting of an indoor scented candle. He also allegedly called 911, fabricating the need for a fire department response to a non-emergency. So he's been taken in for mental health concerns. Yeah, you can't call 911 just because someone lit a scented candle that you don't like.
Duh.
He gets the duh. Let's go to the box office. What did people go to the movies to see this past weekend? Well, they went to see the new Joker movie, but not nearly as much as they did the first Joker movie. What is it? Folie à Deux? Is that what its official title is? The new Joker only brought in $40 million. I was reading an article last night saying that the original Joker with Joaquin Phoenix brought in $40 million in its first day out last time around. Now, the new one only bringing in $40 million for the entire weekend. It's kind of a musical. I haven't seen it yet. And I loved Joker, the first Joker movie. So we'll see how this does in theaters over the long haul. The Wild Robot, a surprise hit at the theaters. It brought in $18.7 million for the weekend at the number 2 spot. Beetlejuice at number 3. Transformers 1 is the number 4 movie, $5.3 million. Speak No Evil at number 5. And then 6 through 10 all brought in under $2 million. Sam and Colby, The Legends of the Paranormal, White Bird, Deadpool and Wolverine, Substance, and Megalopolis. It's a mouthful. Those are your top money-making movies. Let's take one last look at our forecast before we get out of here for today. It is brought to us by the Garden Gate in Sigourney. Beautiful day today. Sunshine, 69 degrees, just a little bit of a northwest wind. We will be warming up towards the end of the week into the mid-80s. Again, we do thank Stam Garden Center and Nursery for being our headline sponsor here on the Morning Wake Up. Make sure you experience the color at Stam Garden Center and Nursery. We always broadcast live from the Oski Dental Studios, 641-673-4845. Video-wise on this Monday, let me look up at the schedule. We've got In Remembrance Of every weekday at 8 a.m., later on today, we'll get Successful Farming at 5:30. We'll have Real Talk with Aaron Fleming and myself. Again, that's at 6:30. Cards Subject to Change. We'll talk some pro wrestling at 7 o'clock, so tune in with all of our other normal stuff on Facebook. Okay, that'll do it for today. You guys have a great rest of your day. Enjoy the beautiful weather, and we'll see you back here tomorrow morning, bright and early at 7 a.m.